Hey there, everybody. Good morning and welcome to this installment of 7 Minutes in the Morning. Today, we're going to talk about how much you should charge for your product or service. There is a little bit of math, a little bit of a formula, and some psychology. So stay tuned.
This is 7 Minutes in the Morning, where 5 days a week you get tips and hacks dedicated to helping business owners and leaders just like you find and break through the one thing that is preventing your success. And now, here's the host of 7 Minutes in the Morning and your results coach, Tom Rigsby.
Hey there, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the show. My name is Tom, and this is 7 Minutes in the Morning, the show where we talk about how to start, grow, and enjoy the benefits of business ownership and entrepreneurship. And remember, you don't have to own the joint to be an entrepreneur. You can bring that spirit to the work that you do. When you get here, whether you're watching live or on the replay, do me a favor and drop a comment and say hi, hello, good morning, whatever floats your boat. That'll be great with me. All right, on to our topic today. How much should I charge? This is a question that I get frequently, and so I thought this would be a great time to talk about it. The reality is, and the thing that we have to keep in mind, is that value is in the eye of the buyer. Value is what your customer purchases, right? They're making a value assessment. Is this product or service worth the $10 that I have in my hand? That it's a value judgment for them. Which one is more valuable? Value is in the eye of the buyer. It doesn't matter how much you think it's worth. It's only worth what someone is willing to pay you for it. Now, there's a little bit of and this is the psychology that goes into this. It's called the perceived value range. I made a little graphic for you here to help illustrate this. If you are listening on your favorite podcast catcher, be sure and head over to YouTube, youtube.com/Tom Rigsby, and you can find this graphic there. And it'll be in the show notes underneath the audio also. You can click over to the video so that you can see the graphic. But the graphic, it kind of explains this idea of the perceived value range. And the example that I use to illustrate this all the time is if you were in the market for a used car and I said, wow, really? That's great because I have one I'm trying to sell. You say, well, great. Tell me a little bit about it. Well, it's been used. I've driven it for a little while. It still gets me around. But the great part is I only want $150 for it. At that point, you would pause, and the next question would very likely be, right, what's wrong with it? Because a car for $150, something has to be wrong with it. So on the price scale here on the graphic, oops, wrong finger. The price scale here on the graphic, if the price is too low or it's below that perceived value range, then the customer assumes that something is wrong with it. Likewise, if it's way off the top end of the scale, right? Like in the used car example, it's $50,000. Okay, well then the customer says, okay, I can't buy it. So there is this perceived value range where if you're in that range, then great. They're going to, the price is not going to be the problem, right? What we're talking about here in figuring out how much to charge, we first have to remove price as an obstacle. And you do that with the perceived value range. Now, there are a couple of formulas that, honestly, we don't have time to get into here today, but I'll give you the quick and dirty, right? The first one is how much do you want to make? If you want to put $1,000 in the bank, then multiply that by 2.05. And then that'll tell you how much revenue you need before expenses and before taxes to be able to put $1,000 in the bank. Just substitute whatever number you want. that number tends to be the high number. So if we go back and we look at the perceived value range again, that number is going to be up here at the top somewhere. Okay? Now, the other number, the other factor to consider here is what does it cost to deliver? By the time you factor in you manufacturing it or you sourcing it and shipping it and packaging it and running all the expenses associated with it, what does it cost to actually deliver it from the time of the order to the time you put it in the customer's hands? That's cost to deliver. Take that number and double it. And that number is usually going to come in over here on the bottom end of the perceived value range. Not always, doesn't always work out that way, but typically that's how it works. So factor one, what do you want to make? Factor two, what does it cost to deliver it? Factor three is your competition. You can't price your product in a vacuum. It has to be relative to what everybody else is charging. The way that you determine what that perceived value scale is you look at what people are paying. You ever noticed, I mean, you go to the grocery store, right, and you look at a gallon of milk. A gallon of milk, no matter who you buy it from, pretty close in price, right? There's a perceived value associated with a gallon of milk. Then there's the special cartons over here to the side. The all organic, non-GMO'd, raised in the shade, whatever, right? Those are much more expensive. All right, you ever notice that? If you hadn't, take a look next time. Same with bread. It's everything in the grocery store. There'll be 2 or 3 products that are all priced right there together, and then there'll be an outlier. And if you shop at Walmart, there'll be a low outlier also. So this kind of defines the value range. This is what's established as the normal price range for this product or solution. Now, we'll talk about this another day because I'm already well over on time. But bear in mind that the way your competition prices their product is going to have an influence on yours. Now, you can price above the range. You just have to justify it. And you can price below it. You just have to, you just have to know that you're going to lose some business because people will assume something is wrong with it. All right. So that's the quick and dirty on how much should I charge. I know I went through that really fast. If you have questions, be sure and send me a message here on Facebook. Just leave a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment. Otherwise, if you'd like a little more help with this, I would encourage you to head over to the website, tomrigsby.com/coaching, tomrigsby.com/coaching. That'll get you the right page where you can read all about our coaching programs and sign up for a 100% confidential, no obligation call with me or one of my coaches, and we can walk you through this model, answer all your questions. All right? Okay, that's it for today. Hey, do me another favor. Be sure and give this video, if you got anything valuable from this at all, heart, star, thumbs up, like, whatever's appropriate in the venue where you are watching or listening. If you're on Facebook, be sure to like and follow. If you're on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you'll be notified every day when we go live and put up the day's video. Okay, that's it for today. You guys have a terrific Tuesday. I'll be back again tomorrow. Don't forget, if you have questions on this model, leave them in the comments down there. Maybe I'll answer yours tomorrow. You guys have a great day and talk to you then.